Which restaurant chain steak is the most off the chain?
Let's talk about that. Good Mythical Morning.
Friday, May 17th is the season 15 finale of Good Mythical Morning. But don't worry, we're gonna be off for 2 weeks and then back again on June 3rd to begin Good Mythical Summer, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah, that's what Good Mythical Summer is. Also this summer, instead of LTAT uploaded on Saturdays, we'll be giving you some awesome new videos starring Mythical Chef Josh.
Yes, and while we're off the air and all summer long, we're gonna be releasing exclusive content every Thursday on the Mythical Society featuring Mythical team members. So go to mythicalsociety.com to join and check out that new content.
I'm very excited about what we've got cooking up over there on the Society and what Josh will be cooking up. The average American eats over 55 pounds of beef per year, making the US one of the largest consumers of steak worldwide.
And today we're going to do all that in one sitting. Okay.
You might.
We're not gonna eat 55 pounds, but we are gonna sample the best steaks chain restaurants have to offer and pick the best. It's time for
Take me home tonight. I just wanna find the best one in this strip mall.
We're gonna taste 6 rounds of chain restaurant steaks and rank them on this board.
Yes, starting from the worst, which is Big Mistake, then Filet Mignon, USDA OK, Tenderloining Care, Brings the Porterhouse Down, and Ribeye Love It.
No, maybe not. We'll see. The steaks we'll be tasting are Outback Steakhouse, Applebee's, Sizzlers, Chili's, Texas Roadhouse, and TGI Fridays. And we're gonna eat a sirloin from each one because that's the only cut that they all had.
Yeah,
Apples to apples, well,
worst.
steaks. Let's do it. Round 1. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just fight. You ever seen a fight at an Outback?
Yeah, I've been in one.
Like a fist fight?
A waiter just rubbed me the wrong way. He literally rubbed me, and so I
That was inappropriate.
No, that didn't happen. Now, I'm having my steak medium rare because that's the correct way to do it.
Well, mine's medium because I don't care about your opinions. So I'm taking a bite from the mid bowl.
My first real date with my wife was at an Outback.
Oh yeah?
I'm a little partial.
Outback opened in 1988 after the cultural wave of Crocodile Dundee. Crocodile.
Yeah, I remember that cultural wave of Crocodile Dundee.
But then, according to LAweekly.com, as of 2014, none of the founders of Outback had ever been to Australia.
Yeah, you don't need to go. I mean, you got encyclopedias.
I like the thickness. I like what they rub on it.
Yeah, I like the seasoning. I was gonna say the same thing. It's like, it's very well seasoned.
Pretty good start.
Again, this is just ordered from the restaurant and then brought to us. So,
Where do you want to start it?
I mean, I guess we just put it somewhere in the middle, but that's not a bad steak by any means.
That's a good start, Outback.
All right.
Ooh, and that's soft. Round 2.
Now, I've had a lot of fun at an Applebee's.
Okay. This is a weird looking steak. Mine's weirder looking than yours. It's got like
no,
this
but it's
piece
the
of
wrong
it.
color. I mean, you think Applebee's thinks that beef is pork, or pork is beef?
No, this is definitely beef, and I mean, we've got different approaches here. You've got the more picturesque approach, which is starting on the edge. I start in the middle here. There doesn't appear to be as much of a rub on this as the Outback.
You know, Applebee's was almost called Cinnamons.
Really?
Yeah.
Cinnamons. Steak tastes fine.
Hold on. Are you not struck by how different this is than the Outback Steakhouse?
I think it's the rub. There is none.
It doesn't taste like steak. It tastes like roast beef out of a package.
It's disappointing if you ordered a steak. It's definitely not as good as the Outback.
Okay, I'm gonna put it below. And I can't imagine it being, I'm just gonna put it down there.
Yeah, I bet you it's gonna stay in that
I
zone.
can take this little extra piece off. You want it? Catch it.
Round 3. The Sizzler popularized the salad bar,
Whoa.
and my nanny and Aunt Vicky love the Sizzler. But then I realized it wasn't the Sizzler, it was the Western Sizzlin' that they loved. Totally different restaurant.
But kind of
on
the
East
same
Coast.
approach. Same approach.
Sizzler started in Culver City, California. What the
First
heck
of all,
is this?
Is this supposed to be a fish? What are they? Why is it so long and narrow?
It's just like.
Why does it have to be so long and narrow? I think it's one steak. It's one steak, and they're like, let's make one steak, 2 steaks.
No, I think they tried to turn a steak into a chicken tender.
Darren mentioned it looks like the state of California.
Yeah, okay, well.
Yeah, it does.
I think you gotta.
So that's where that's where it was originated in Culver City.
Yeah.
Where's that up here? Right there. Okay.
It has the same coloring as an Applebee steak.
Now Josh said that there was some confusion when he ordered this because he said he wanted a sirloin, and they said all we have is small, medium, and large.
They didn't know that sirloin was a cut of steak. But you know what? I don't think they've ever tasted their steak.
I mean, the severe charred lines are very picturesque, but it makes it taste burnt in that zone. And that's the best part.
My palate actually in the second bite adjusted a little bit to what a Sizzler steak is. And my brain was like, hold on. It's not a steak. It's a Sizzler steak. Mm-hmm. And now I almost feel like I could eat a third bite. I don't know what that says about its ranking, but I gotta say, it is the worst so far.
It's lower than the Applebee's. Throw it down there at the end, and maybe we won't see it anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sizzler. Round 4. My first date with Christy was at a Chili's.
Whoops. And somehow it still worked out.
Yep.
Now, this is obviously, they're not trying to go for a grill mark thing. This is obviously cooked on like a griddle, right? Because it's all got this even sort of sear.
Let me get into this.
Whoa, hold on. They put some interesting seasonings on this. I think we got our steaks mixed up, man.
What do you mean? It's not labeled Link.
Mine's cooked too much.
Oh, yeah, try this one.
I'm gonna come over here. Can you taste that flavor? Like a taco flavor almost.
No.
Like a different
You think it's got Southwest seasoning on it? I think it's just salty.
I think something got dropped on this steak. I think this steak got close to another item. Because your steak tastes totally different than my steak. Taste my steak.
I don't want to.
You don't have to.
It's salty in a good way. I wouldn't say the seasoning goes much beyond that. I don't think it's as good as Outback, but it is really good. I wouldn't say really. I would say it's pretty good.
The quality of the meat is in this particular steak is a little bit lower. Like, you know how when you got a steak that wasn't aged, I know this is probably not aged very long at all, but isn't like aged properly and it kind of has a little bit of a metallic sort of aftertaste to it. I'm tasting that in this steak. I really don't like it. But it's definitely better than the Sizzler. My question is it better than Applebee's? But it's definitely not as good as Outback.
It's in this zone.
I think for right now, you can just put it right here. Okay.
Round 5. The TGI Fridays that I frequently was in a Walmart parking lot. The view from my booth, amazing. I can see the garden center and everything.
I've been to that one.
In Cary, North Carolina.
Now, the first thing I'll note is that it's like they took a Sizzler steak and constricted
Smushed it.
It got higher and it got shorter.
Now, it's got grill marks. It's got visible seasoning, and all these things, to me, represent promise.
I don't know. Man, the steaks are so different. This has that roast beef taste to it.
It does, yeah.
It's also a little tough. That's what happens when you start with a Sizzler steak and constrict it. It gets tougher. Somebody tell TGI Fridays that. This is not good.
I feel like I could see the garden center, or like some kids' bikes through the door kind of a thing. Just a greeter. Anything would help.
Man, if I tasted this in front of one of those waiters, I'd just rip some of his flair off.
Oh!
It's like,
you don't deserve it!
You know, I typically don't like to blame, the restaurant's actions on the server because I believe in giving big tips to people in the service industry, but I mean, come on, you just really signed up for it when you have flair on.
I just don't know. Is this worse than Applebee's?
This is almost Sizzler level bad.
Oh my god.
I think so.
Let's move it on over. Okay, we got a plate situation.
Good enough.
Don't panic. Round 6.
Now, Link's mom and her husband, who Link won't call his stepdad, but he still loves him, love Texas Roadhouse.
What'd y'all do today? Well, we went to Texas Roadhouse.
I requested going to Texas Roadhouse one time after I got back from a summer trip. My dad was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Texas Roadhouse, Dad."
They're working the crisscross grill marks.
Okay, first of all, that steak cut much more easily. I mean, that's a tender steak. That is a good piece of aged meat right there. That's somebody who cares about a steak, okay? I haven't even tasted it yet, but I can just tell by the consistency. Oh, man, that's a different level.
It is very good.
Outback and Texas Roadhouse are the only contenders for a steak that you should purposely order from any of these places.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know. You know what I want to do? I want to pull up my rig on the roadside and go to the Roadhouse and get a steak. Where should I go? I'm in Texas.
All right, hold on. I'm not ready to rank.
Oh, you're trying to figure out which one of these?
Well, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, are you saying you know already?
I was just gonna say I know it's somewhere in here.
Okay.
Let me hack into this.
Okay.
Gonna go back down under. We're gonna get us some steak, and we're gonna see if it's better than the steak from the Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, the road horse?
The Roadhouse.
Man.
That's better.
Well, hold on.
That's
No.
a more better steak.
Hold on. No, I'm not going to go there yet. The seasoning on the Outback steak is better. But hold on, I got to come back to this because the meat is so good.
You think the meat's better?
Yes.
Well,
I'm
my
gonna
mom
have to eat all
certainly
of the
does.
steak. I really want to get this right.
I think the meat are even. To me, it's just a question of, do you like the seasoning, which is very strong for the Outback?
When you go down under and you come back up, you get yourself lots of seasoning stuck to you.
You should
Like the underside of a crock.
You should do the commercials because the guy who does the commercials is obviously not Australian.
Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just fight. Bring your in-laws.
It's morphing.
Man,
Not working anymore.
I think it morphed when you started. But I don't know, man.
Bloomin' onion.
I think the meat is
a bloomin'
significantly
onion.
better at the Texas Roadhouse. I can always add seasoning, but it's also, there's a different technique. This was done on a griddle and it's all cooked in. That's why that char is so good. And this is done on a grill with the grill marks, which actually doesn't make as good of a steak. Just ask Gordon Ramsay.
I'm voting for Outhouse.
Okay, Outhouse.
But-
you know what? They tie.
Yeah, let's just go to the Outhouse. I'm gonna defer to you because you like steak a lot more than I do. Here we go. We're gonna throw these up there, and you're gonna make a decision. Rhett,
It's on you, buddy. It's on you, brother. All you gotta do is you gotta figure out where it goes, and then you watch out for the crocs.
Okay, here's the thing. Just right off the bat, we can't fit all these on, but Sizzler doesn't even deserve to be up here. So it's off the scale. Don't go to Sizzler.
Give it to
for
the
steak.
dogs.
They're both good steaks. Again, the only steak that I can recommend to order from any of these places, but I'm gonna have to go with Outback because where I had my first date with Jesse.
oh look at that, trying to get some brownie points.
Woo! Memories, baby. There you go. Outback Steakhouse, the best steak that you can get from a chain steak restaurant.
Ain't the bloomin' onion? Anybody?
Hey.
Yeah.
Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
You know what time it is.
Hi, I'm Krista.
And I'm Chad.
We're driving over 200 miles to see Rhett and Link live. And it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
It's worth it.
I call green screen.
Click the top link to watch us rank side salad, croutons, and good mythical more.
And to find out where the wheel of mythicality is gonna land.
Steer your ears towards some biscuits you can hear. Listen to new episodes of Ear Biscuits now on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.